Lauren and Kyle here, bringing you Real Talk with Freedom Team Realtors, the most scintillating real estate duo in the Fox Cities. Lauren, today we're just reminiscing the other day, but today let's tell them a little story about what happened in the west side of Neenah a couple of years ago. A little house fire situation and a lot of interesting items there.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was. I had a lot of fun reminiscing now that it's over, but in the moment, what a crazy situation. So, we went to this house. It was an estate situation for a relative, a family member, and unfortunately, the gentleman had fallen ill, so he had neglected the cleaning and the maintenance and things like that. But we walked into this home, and it was just like not only filthy, but like a time capsule situation. I remember, we go in. There's like the living room where he had kind of started living in just like 12 feet of space. Like the chair, he obviously had the chair and the TV, and that was about it. But then
Makeshift toilet in there too. He was having trouble getting a few extra steps to there.
You feel terrible in those moments. It was bad news. But it got fascinating when we knew there was a second story and we went to find it, and we opened the door to the second story, and it was like a time capsule. And after the fact, we found out it was like somewhere in the 80s that he had actually closed the door to the second story and left it closed for all those years. And so, I mean, you can say some of the stuff.
We got some of the treasures on display right now. This is True Men, the Wild Side of Maggie Wallace, and Sex Shyness, Its Cause, and here. And then you may know his son, but this is the life and death of Robert F. Kennedy right here, along with, you got the voter guide from 1968 and the day JFK died. So I think there was a lot of interest in some of the Kennedy killings to investigate those.
Well, I mean, these I feel like could be a whole video in and of themselves, diving into that content and the amusement behind that. But we found like vintage dolls, brings me back to like the Chucky era of movies.
They're creepy. I'm thinking like what is that? Annabelle is one of the most recent ones, and just you're thinking they're gonna come to life, but yeah.
Oh my gosh, it just like beer cans that had never been opened from back in the day, and like I don't know, like Christmas decorations like you wouldn't believe, just packed away for years, and
thousands and thousands of pounds to Vinnie's, and there's the St. Vinnie's, and thousands of pounds to the dump for stuff that couldn't be salvaged or was too damaged. But
yeah, so I mean, in the spirit of helping, we wanted to be there for our family and through the situation, and so we volunteered to help clean everything out. So we did our best, but we got the house empty, and we put it up for sale, and it definitely needed some repairs. So it took the right kind of buyer, but we got an accepted offer, and I think that was like about a 3 to 4 week timeline. And then one day the phone rings, and it's a notification that the fire department is at the house. And so, I mean, you just take a step back in those moments, because you're like, wait, what are you talking about? We're like 5 days from closing on the sale of this home. And so we dropped everything and we went over there, and sure enough, there was a major fire. And after all was said and done and they were able to do their investigation, they determined it was in the kitchen, and there was a squirrel living in the ceiling, and he ultimately chewed a bunch of wires in the kitchen light, which then triggered and started a fire. So we had to take it back off the market.
those squirrels are not as innocent as some people think. Quit feeding them.
They're very destructive. But so we took it off the market. We had to notify the buyer, because obviously this changes everything, and that buyer was bummed because they were actually excited about fixing up the place and taking it on as an investment. But ultimately we did eventually get it back on the market. We did sell it, and someone did buy it, renovate it, and bring it back to life. So today, all in all, what has it been, 2 years, year and a half or something?
Yeah. About that.
you know, it's back to life and the house is back. So it's easy to laugh about it now, but I just think it was a good reminder of just like the crazy stuff we see. Like, we just never know what we're gonna walk into with some of these situations. I mean, everybody's got stuff and stories and situations. And
Well,
so,
the other side of the coin is, think, you know, the poor buyer was going to get a decent deal on it because they're going to, you know, deal with bringing the place back to life, and to have, you know, a week before close and, oh, sorry, you can't buy it anymore. The house is on fire.
Yeah, it changed his plans completely. It was no longer an option. Obviously, the bank wasn't going to fund, you know, a home in that situation at that time. So there was a lot more hoops to jump through.
The seller fortunately made out okay between what the insurance
Yes.
covered and, you know, and being able to resell the, you know, the lot and what was left of the home afterwards. So in that case, it all worked out okay. Probably just the buyer didn't work out so hot for, because back to the drawing board and finding a new property. So
Yeah. So never a dull moment with us, and stay tuned because maybe one of our future episodes will be diving through these for you and sharing some fun stuff.
all right, this has been Real Talk with Freedom Team Realtors. Until next time.